All right, hey y'all, this is Brian at CMM Offroad. We are in the office here tonight and getting ready to put our Starlink Mini, as you can see, hello, as you can see, we've got our roof panel here. This one is the driver's side. We have been running this for a while, and...
I put a name to it, I'm sorry, I put a name to it, and I just want to make sure that we kind of use that. I think I saved it. FreedomLink Mount. I just called it because it's Freedom Panel, Starlink. It's a FreedomLink Mount. I'm just saying.
Okay, no.
Right?
Well, I wish you'd said that a long time ago.
I was just thinking about it, and I was just working on it in there. So I was like, I need to make sure. So, okay.
So let's just pick back up.
Yeah, let's just.
Hey y'all, this is Brian at CMM Offroad. We are in my office here tonight, and we're going to install our FreedomLink Mount. Got Freedom panels in your Jeep. Got a Starlink. Guess what? It works and it receives right through the Freedom panel mount. So this is the driver's side right now. We have been running this for a while on the passenger side, driving around doing stuff, just trying to do the whatever we can do to see what where it works and where it doesn't, and how it works. It works really, really good everywhere. And I thought the whole idea of doing overlanding was so you can get away from people and be completely on your own. But guess what? It's not going to be like that anymore. Might as well just get used to it. We'll go ahead and do this install tonight so you can see how this works. It's pretty simple when it comes down to it. This Freedom panel on our blue Gladiator, it had the headliners in it, so this Velcro was here. We will send the kit with these parts that we have over here. There will be loop side Velcro and hook side Velcro in case you do not have those Freedom panels in. 2 for each. This is just basically an isolation so it's not rattling when you're driving. It's nice and quiet. Our mounts that are 3D machined here in-house, of course, they will end up in roughly this position when we are done. We are going to drill into, very carefully, into this Freedom panel. It is a dual skin through this piece, but we're going to drill into it and show you how to install the nut certs the proper way so you can mount this in. So let's get to it. So, as I said, this Velcro was already in this vehicle because of the Freedom Panel headliner kit. So it was already there. We will send it with these parts as well. What I end up doing is just kind of centering this up. This would be, on this one, this will be the outboard side of the Jeep. I found it's easiest to run the cable as it comes out of right here towards that side. That way, when you do decide if you want to take your Freedom panels out, we'll have a nice place where you can loop the cable back up by unplugging it, pull the Freedom panel out, and you're good to go. You'll also be able to connect in with a extension and be able to set your Starlink up somewhere if you have the Freedom panels out too. So place this in. I've got it centered pretty much over these ribs and enough direction here, enough distance here, so we can get these inserts in to these 2 points right here. So I'll get some dimensions. We'll post those little dimensions up roughly where this is sitting off of kind of a relative point. To start with, this is going to sit down in, and we're going to take a Sharpie, and we're going to hold this up with, as I said before, that's with these out of the way right now. It's just sitting on the hook portion of the Velcro. We're going to make a mark here, and we're going to make a mark here. And that's going to be our position where we're going to drill. So we can take these parts out of the way, set that aside for right now. It will come with a drill bit. You're going to need to supply a drill. You're going to need to supply a 3mm Allen, and patience, and take your time doing this. This is not one of those ones you want to mess up and do twice. You want to do it right the first time. So on this drill, as you can probably see from either that camera or this camera or one of those, we've got this marked, and that's the depth that you want to go in. This is fairly moderate plastics and fiberglass in this piece, so it doesn't want to suck its way through like drilling a piece of sheet metal where the drill grabs and it wants to go through, but just to be safe so it doesn't want to try to jet through. I've got a mark for the depth. Get you some masking tape. If we can find the start here. Get you some masking tape go this side of the drill where we've got our line marked. That will be marked on that drill. We're going to roll this on. We're going to make a nice little wad of this. And what this is in effect going to do is it's going to make a drill stop. So you don't go too deep. The distance that we have just so happens to be this 3mm nutsert. When I did this the first time, drilled it very carefully, figured out what we had for depth there, looked up this insert that I was planning on using, and it's almost exactly the right height. So we just need to go through about that much from where this angle comes down from the point down here on the flat part of the drill. We need to go in about that much. We've got this much to go. So as long as we don't just crush this thing through, we're going to be good. So we're going to go ahead and post up here, take our drill, and carefully come down here. Do your best you can to get in the dead center. I'd say give it a spin. Take a look. Good in the center right there where we are. We're going to drill this, and we're going to very carefully go through. Now, as you heard it, as it went through, it just popped itself through. We did not go too deep. Didn't go past. As you can see, it did push my tape down just a hair. We still got more than plenty to go on that one. We're going to grab a vacuum so we can clean this up right quick. Always handy to have a vacuum around. Clean that up. Our thread insert is going to go right into that, just like that. Okay. While we are here, we're going to drill the other one. If you want to be safe, you could put this in, squinch this one up, set this in place, check your line up, make sure that you're good. You're not out of whack there on where you need to be. And we're going to drill this next one. You can feel it rise, it starts to go through, you can feel it wants to suck itself in. So clean that up all nice. Now we're insert in, and our bracket sits right on. So at this point, we're going to take, so we've got some wrenches here for our insert tool. We're going to take the nutsert, stick it in, set this on here. We're going to go ahead and thread this in to where it's down to where it's flush and tight. I'm going to hang on to the top side with this one, and then we're going to draw up this nutsert. You want to keep this about as square as you can until she's drawn up. It's a little cumbersome where it's at. The way I'm trying to film this is not the greatest. It'd be better if I was farther around here, I'm sure. We're going to do this. It takes a little bit to lock this thing up. It'll come up to a point. Let's get clear on there. Okay, now we're tight. So at this point, thread this out, and our nutsert's locked up and ready to go. And we'll do that in both these positions. Get that thing set. We'll fast forward through this one so you don't have to watch the whole thing go again. But I'll put this in. We'll thread our piece down in. Now we're going to jump forward. We're going to jump forward. Our nutserts are in. What we're going to do now is we're going to set this over here, and I'm going to want to set this on without that extra padding in there at this point in time. We're going to set that on. We're going to take our bolts and we're going to put them in position, And they don't need to be tight, but they need to be started and just snugged up by fingers would be plenty enough. Go ahead and snug them up where they sit. Okay, that gets us our position for where we're going to go on side 2. I'm going to slide that one up into position. Pull it tight. Going to find our Sharpie. It's hiding underneath the pad here. We're going to pull this up snug. I'm going to mark this one. And we're going to do the same back here. So let's take this back off. Get all this out of the way. All right. So nutserts are in now. We're going to take our Velcro.
Why you didn't do it the first time.
Well, I felt it. I was like, wait a minute, it's right.
Yeah.
Duh. All right. Okay, we've got our nutserts locked up. Everything's good and tight. We are now going to take our Velcro strips, stick them on, set our Starlink Mini in here. Going to set that roughly in place. Start our hardware. We're going to go to this side, do the same. Snug these up. This is a 3mm bolt. It does not really need to be crazy tight. We'll probably write down a torque here, like having torque numbers so you can get a rough idea where you're at. There we go. It's installed, and as you can see, it's pretty solid and vibration free. Got a ratchet making noise here. Vibration free, and it's got a nice little pad there it sits on, so and it tucks up out of the way. So panel's ready to go back in. The wiring then, what we have been doing, coming off of the Starlink, routing it over, running it down the A-pillar, tucking up some of the wire there on the passenger side of the footwell there, and then run it back across. And for right now, we're plugging it in at the 110 volt that's right there on the back of the console. Have fun staying connected while you're out.